Hey guys, welcome back to Adventure Camping Tactical Nut, and today we are going to be talking about the Buck 104 Camp Compadre. Just to go ahead and get it out of the way, I bought this back in spring last year, right? But then I ended up getting a knife from Justifier Knives, and I liked that one so much I kind of kicked this back in rotation and did the Justifier Knives first. So I kind of got a late start with getting the testing underway, but it's all done and ready to go, and I can't wait to tell you about it. So as always, let's go ahead and knock out the specs. You have a 4.5 inch blade, 5-inch handle, so you've got 9.5 overall. 5160 carbon steel, which is a spring steel, which is one of my favorites, as you can see here. Hopefully, got my sunglasses on, I can't tell. You got 104, the number, obviously, Buck, USA. But 5160 steel, powder coated red, which I thought was really cool. That was one of the things that really drew me to it. It has heritage diamond wood handle scales, which really comfortable. I've been really surprised. It's really smooth, a little bit rounded, so that's not totally a broomstick, but close to it. Lanyard hole here. As you can see, the pins and like with torque screws. A little bit of jimping here on the back. I'm gonna take my gloves off. It's all right. It helps hold your hand there. It doesn't really lock that thumb into place, but it does help give some purchase on it. So not bad. 90-degree spine. If you watch me on Instagram and some of the other videos I've done, you've been seeing me use this knife. I will demonstrate again that it does strike a ferro rod. Good tip. You know, good enough to do some detail work. Hollow grind. I mean, this thing, and I've been pretty surprised at how well this coating's held up. Because, I mean, as we all know, all coatings pretty much come off at some point, some just easier than others. But this has done a really good job. I mean, if you notice, it's only right before that bevel starts right there that it's really the place that's only really been affected. Does come with a leather sheath, a little Buck logo. Now, I do like the retention. It does have snap. Teeny bit of noise when you shake it a lot, but when you're walking through the woods, you won't hear nothing. I mean, it's really secure in there. Belt loop. This is the fail. This is the only part that I really don't like. You see, here's the top of the knife. Here's the loop. When it's on your belt, especially if you're wearing a pack, man, this is digging right into your waist. So, if it were me, oh, it does have 104 here on the thing. I mean, it is high quality leather. It is really good. I just really, really wish they would have made it longer or made this into a dangler. Because, yeah, I mean, that's just way too short. But, you know, that's just me, my preferences. Okay, we got the specs out of the way. Let me get set up and let's show you what this little bad boy can do. So, got it set up and ready to go. Just wanted to mention one thing first. I know I forgot to say earlier, did not say the weight. The weight on this knife is 7 ounces. Now, with that being said, I'm not going to bore you with trying to chop up stuff with a 7-ounce knife. If you watch my Ontario SP1 Marine Combat video, that was a 9-ounce knife. And yes, it would chop, and it would chop through the cedar like I have here, but, I mean, it takes a while. So, can it chop? Yes. Small stuff, softer wood, yeah, it can, but it's going to take you a while. So, hopefully, you'll have a saw with you to make your life a lot easier. Now, it has been raining out here, God, it seems like for like the past month. And we've had some on and off dry days, but it's, you know, usually just life happens and didn't always have time to get out. So now, got a dry day, still got a swamp right back there, but so it's a little difficult to find some dry wood out here. Finally did though, this piece of cedar. As you can see, I mean, it's not huge, about half the width of the blade. So this wheel baton larger, I have done much larger. I use it on the back deck of my house, cutting, you know, helping break down wood for a fire pit. But this was out here. I want to chop down anything live. So let's get started and show you how well this thing will perform. This is a really long piece, but that's okay. Just shows you more. Yeah, not a whole lot of trouble, and this is a hardwood, so it's I'm impressed by how well this thing splits. I mean, especially for the width of the blade. I mean, it's really not that thick, but I only had one time where I had any issues with it, and I bought that pack of firewood that you can get at grocery stores to use, you know, burning your fireplace or fire pit or whatever. And literally, the whole thing, the whole bag was one huge log. Right? So I was like, I know I can't burn that. So I got out my axe, and that thing was so hard, it chipped my axe. So I took this and tried to just hammer out small corners of it, and that wood was so insanely hard. It actually chipped the blade of the knife. I was able to sharpen it back out and stuff like that, but that is the first time in my life I'd ever seen that. But I may have put that on Instagram. So if you're not following us on Instagram, you should. You get a lot more day-to-day activity and stuff what's going on. You're going to see what's coming into rotation as far as new products coming in, where I get them from. Alright, so as you can see, processing down firewood. Sorry, I'm by myself today. I'd have to keep stopping and readjusting the camera, but obviously no problem making kindling. Now we'll have to adjust it now, but not bad, not bad. I mean, I've done some carving with this. It definitely has no problems notching. As you can see here, and I could keep these little curls going all day. I was amazed I could find any dry wood out here. But without having to really cut something up. So feather sticking, no issues. I mean, I've done all kinds of notching. I could sit here and hammer these out for you, but I mean, really, ladies and gentlemen, I highly recommend this knife. I mean, it's been just outstanding. And oops, let me show you. Next one. I mean, excellent with a fire still. I use the two of these all the time, the little ignition thing on the grill. My house broke, so I use this, and we grill out a lot. And so this is what I use to start it with all the time. But, well, let's just go ahead and show you. Hopefully, adjust this a little more down. Guess it's only fair to the knife to show you all the capabilities of it. Yeah. Let's go. But Probably should have picked a thicker piece than that. But I think you can get the idea. Well, I don't know how much you can see there. It was definitely starting to go in it, but let's see what else we got here. I mean, it's really been an impressive blade. Alright, thought I'd try something a little different. Trying to notch with these, I mean, it's really hardwood, but I had batoned them so thin that they were just snapping, so I figured that's not really going to do the knife justice, is to try to show you how it really can perform. So I figured better just find a different stick. And I mean, this thing really, I gotta say, it just really bites in really well for this kind of stuff. So, when they call it the Camp Compadre, I mean, honestly, I mean, obviously this, because of the weight of the knife, I'm not gonna, you know, put it into a one-tool option survival knife kind of category, but you know, Camp Compadre, meaning camp companion, camp friend, you know, that's what it's going to be. More of your carving, well, notch, still square notch there. Carving, food prep, which outstanding with food prep, batoning, you know, getting kindling ready for your fire, all the minor stuff. But very important task that you have when you're around camp and you don't want to use a large knife. It's doing like a pot hanging notch now. Hopefully you can tell by that, you know. So yeah, I mean, let me move this again. Sorry. But yeah, final thoughts, guys. Well worth the money. This has been a great little knife. Batons, carves, notches, prepares your food. Very comfortable. Now these wood handles, yes, they are a little rounded. I do like that. Some people do, some people don't. But it's very smooth, very well rounded, no hot spots whatsoever. But I mean, it is a hardwood handle, so it can slide a little bit depending on wearing gloves or not, if it's wet. It's definitely not like micarta, where if it gets wet it can get stickier, like you know, my favorites, the linen micarta that I have on my Michael Hawk Hellion survivor knife. But but honestly, I mean, even though it can slip a little bit, I've had no issues using it in any kind of conditions. And of course, the reason why it looks this way, and I think this is really important because it's one of the things that attracted me to the knife. They kind of wanted to go back to the old days, and I'm talking like 60s, 70s, maybe early 80s. When you think of people that were in the outdoors, they're always wearing the red and brown flannel, was hugely popular for a long time. So they kind of wanted the colors to kind of go back to those days, and to me they did an outstanding job with it. That red, I mean, it just really pops, and it's just so gorgeous, you know. And I looked around the YouTube and stuff a bunch, and I wasn't seeing anybody review it, and I was kind of surprised. That's why I bought it when I did, meaning to go ahead and hurry up and get the review done. But then Justifier Knives kind of got in the way. But I mean, there's your logo. I just can't tell you enough. This is a great little knife. Like I said, it's a great companion knife to go with something else, or with a saw. If you had this in a saw, you're going to have everything that you need. This takes care of all the, you know, the batoning and the smaller work, and then you got a saw to break down the bigger logs so that you can process them with this. Now it is just 4.5 inch bait, so it's kind of somewhat limited as far as the size logs you're going to use. But for everything I've needed it for, it's been outstanding. It does have like a little blade guard, finger guard right here. Very easy to resharpen. It's one of the things I love about 5160 is it holds a great edge. It's extremely durable steel, and it sharpens really easy. I mean, I have 10-15 minutes on the stone to get this thing sharp, and then I just hit it on the strop every so often. I mean, it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful blade. I mean, that's just one of the things I mean, anytime I buy a knife, it has to be visually appealing for me to buy it. But, you know, first function, but aesthetics is, it goes a long way, and I think they really hit it out of the park with this. So, hopefully, this will help you in your purchasing decisions. I recommend it. I got mine from Knife Hog. I think I saw it on Amazon this afternoon. It is January 16th, 17th. It's like $55, $56, I think. I got mine for less than that on Knife Hog, but I had a discount coupon and stuff like that. But worth it. Worth it for even that price on Amazon. I'll find some links and put it down below from Knife Hog. Hopefully they still have it because it's been about a year. But I know they have it on Amazon. So, all right, guys. In the meantime, Buck, redesign your sheath. It's high quality leather, but that part, nah. Okay, guys, be prepared and have fun.